Hey y'all, time to film this makeup look. I'm going out to dinner with my boyfriend today. It is the day after Valentine's Day is when I'm filming this. You guys will get it much later, but I did want to film myself getting ready because who doesn't love a good Valentine's Day makeup look? I am so excited. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to share, go like my Facebook page, and all the products I'm going to use in this entire video is going to be down below. Alright, so the first thing I have to do for sure is stick on my primer, okay? And you guys, like this about is all I'm going to need for my whole face. This primer goes a long way and it is so soft and so smooth. I lied, maybe a little bit more, but you get the point. I just kind of pat it into my whole face. So while I'm letting that kind of sit and sink in to my pores to help prevent from any makeup sinking in there, I'm going to stick a little tiny bit of my eye primer on. And just make sure you're patting so gentle. I always let my face primer sit for about 5 minutes. So after it's been about 5 minutes, I'm going to go in with my cream stick foundation, which is the bomb. This is literally all I have left of this one because I use it so much. This is completely full coverage, but it's also made with emollient, which basically means that it's nourishing your skin while you're wearing it. Which, who doesn't want a little bit of that? I know I do. So I'm gonna take my kabuki brush and my rose water, spray a little bit, and I just find if I am blending anything face related, using a little bit of rose water or even just regular water will seriously help you so much in blending. And I'm not like dragging it around, I'm more like patting it in. Because with this brush, it will blend it super easily. You guys, look at that. Look at that. Oh, my favorite. You can always spray more if you need. And I really like to go in and make sure you get that corner part of your eye, because a lot of times people miss it and then it's super obvious in pictures. So I'm also, my body's a lot darker than my face, so I'm gonna go in and make sure I'm even. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with the same cream stick foundation, just a different shade. This one is called Satin, which as you can see is darker, and I use this just to contour. So I'm going to make a little line on my cheekbone, but I always start thicker and go thinner because that's how you get the most definition on your cheekbones. Then I'm going to outline my jaw a little bit, and then my forehead. I'm going to skip my nose for now because I always go back and do my nose with powder. I can't tell you why. I think it's just easier. I think it's a little bit more defined. So I will go back and do that in a second. Alright, so I'm going to use the same kabuki brush, spray my life away, and then I'm going to go back in and really blend this out. And honestly, if you really like a good contour, you could go even darker than I do. Mine, I think, is two shades down. But a lot of times people say the rule of thumb is 3. So if you want to go a little bit darker, go for it. So as you can see with my cheekbones, I am actually blending upwards. Okay, this is super important because if you drag downwards, you're actually gonna make your cheekbones look lower on your face, and that is like a big no-no in makeup. So I always drag upwards. Alright, so now it is time to go in with my concealers. Again, I have 2 shades because I really like the most contrast on my face. So this velour shade, which is the same color as my foundation, I'm actually going to put it underneath right underneath where I made that cheekbone line. Then I'm also going to go on my chin. And if you really want to go, you can go on your forehead and your nose. However, I have enough coverage with that full coverage foundation, so I'm just going to stick with this lower part of my face. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this out. And then I'm going to take this concealer, which is the very lightest concealer ever. It's like our lightest shade. And I'm taking just a little tiny dot, and I like to rub it around in my fingers first because it makes it a lot more movable. And I'm going to put that in a triangle shape underneath my eyes. Babe, are you out there? And then just blend. So I'm going to go in a tiny bit with my bronzer, and I am just going to darken up these cheekbones a tiny bit. I really like to mix using the bronzer and the cream stick foundation because it gives it the most natural look. If you use just bronzer, a lot of times it's like too bronzy. If you use the cream foundation, sometimes it's not dark enough. So I like to mix it so I get just what I want every time. Alright, so now we're going to bake our cakes a little bit. Alright, we're going to take my translucent setting powder, and I have a really big beauty blender here, and I'm just going to dip that and get some powder on. And then I'm just going to follow my lines. Alright, wherever I put concealer, that's where I'm sticking this. Alright, and a lot of times people bake because it's really kind of what you're doing is you're baking that makeup onto your face. But if you have that primer on and you leave it on for about 5 minutes, it's not going to dry out your skin or anything. And it's going to protect that makeup from actually getting in your pores, causing any acne, causing any issues. So I'm going to let my face bake a little bit while I do my eye makeup. Okay, and I'm thinking a really simple eye makeup today. So I already stuck that primer on. And now I'm going to go in with palette 4, but I'm just going to use the browns out of palette 4. So this is palette 4. It is kind of blues and browns, but we're just going to stick with these ones over here. I want a really simple eye because I'm going to do a really bold lip, okay? And I like my rule of thumb, if this is just me, but 9 times out of 10, if I have a really bold eye, I'll have a simple lip, or if I have a really bold lip, I'll have a simple eye. So I like to off-put it a little bit, but you know that 1 time out of 10, you're just gonna go crazy and have bold everything. All right, so my first and foremost color that I'm gonna use is this Arrogant color, which is the kind of lightest brown in here. And that's gonna be my transition color. Lost it for a sec. All right, and I am just going to really lightly blend that up into my brow. Same on the other eye. So now I'm going to go in with that same Arrogant color and stick it underneath my eye. Alright, so right on that bottom lash line. And you don't need a lot. You can just kind of see the difference, okay? Add a little bit of smokiness, make that eye really come together. You know what I mean. Alright, so that next color I'm going to do is the Brave color, which is this one, which is a little bit darker than the first color we used. And I am just taking the smallest amount and patting it on the very outside corner of my lid. And then blending it up. Just a little bit. Alright, now finally for this eye, I'm going to take the Tender color, which is one of my favorites. It is this really light, kind of shimmery tan color. And I am going to put that on the inner half of my lid. You can see it just kind of brightens it up, makes you look a little extra glamorous, you know, it's a little shiny, a little glimmery, but it's not over the top sparkly, which I love, 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 love. And I'm just going to go in with that same blending brush that we used at the very beginning, and I'm just going to not put anything extra on it. I'm just blending out the corner and that color I just put on. Alright, so before I finish off with my eyeliner, I am going to go through and blend out that powder that we put on, just because I don't like letting that powder sit for too long. Just because I do have some dry skin, so if you leave it on for 10 minutes, it's okay, but I mean, if you leave it on for an hour, then you might have a little bit of dryness happening. And again, I'm not like buffing out my whole face, I'm just kind of patting that powder out. Alright, so now we can go in with our eyeliner. This one is the liquid eyeliner, which is scary for some people, and that's okay. If you aren't comfortable with a winged liner, that's okay. Practice, or you can use the pencil eyeliners that we have, which work just as great. You're just not going to have like a defined line. So I am going to go for a bigger wing today. We'll see how it goes. Wings can be a hit and miss. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my first line, okay? So I go from the very corner of my eye and then go up to about where I want that wing to go. Alright, so I do want it to be a little bit longer today. So then I'm going to go in and I'm going to connect and make that top line. So I'm going to make the wing before I do anything on my actual eye. All right, so I want this wing to be a little bit thinner, just longer, if that makes sense. So now that I have that, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna actually draw on my eye to meet that little wing end that I made. All right, so you can see it's a really thin line I made just to meet that winged part. And now I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna color that wing part in. All right, and there we have one wing down, one wing to go. So you can see how right on the very, like, that part of my eye, it's not super thick, but as soon as you hit the wing kind of finishes it out. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Hold my breath that they look the same. All right, wings are done. So wings are kind of like eyebrows, okay, friends? So if your wings do not match 100% all the way, that's okay. They're sisters, or no, they're cousins. They're not sisters, okay? So wings can be hard and they can be discouraging. They do not have to match 1000% because when you stick some lashes on, you can't tell as much. So I am gonna go with some falsies today, but I am gonna stick on some mascara so they blend a little bit better. All right, so again, not really spending too much time on my mascara. The only parts I really focus on is that inner corner. All right, so I'm gonna stick my glue on. Y'all remember my trick, okay? I like to blow on my eyelashes before I stick them on my eye. Makes it 10,000 times easier because it is just sticky and it's not like sliding all over your eye. And I'm just gonna stick it down to even begin with. Okay, then I'm gonna go in and grab that outside corner, make sure it's down, and then go for the middle. Or the beginning, not the middle. Okay, one down. Now these eyelashes are a little bit further apart, so they're not as dramatic. They're just a lot longer and kind of wispier. The ones I had in my last video are a little bit closer together. There's a little bit more of them. There's a little bit more drama to them. Gonna stick it down. Then go to the outside corner. You know the drill by now. Yeah, you guys, I haven't even told you. Ben and I are going out to dinner. I'm filming this the day after Valentine's Day, but you won't see it for a little while. So we're going on our actual like Valentine's Day date tonight. Honestly, I literally don't remember the last time that we just like went out and had dinner. We're busy people. Busy people. Alright, so once I get them down with my tweezers, I can go back through and kind of make sure that they're really down. Cool beans, friends. Alright, so now it's time for some finishing off, you know. Let's put some brows on, okay? I need some brows. Alright, so I'm gonna use the same brow palette, and this one's the blonde one. Cool beans. All right, so just any tip, if you have any brow brush ever, okay, when you're getting your color, get it from the side of your brush, okay? Angle your brush and get it in the side instead of just going straight down, because if you do that, you're going to really spread out those your brow brush bristles. You're gonna spread them out a lot, and it's gonna result in a lot thicker brows because you're not going to have as much control because your brush is going to be a lot bigger than when you first got it. Alright, I made that mistake. Don't make that mistake. Go really gentle on those brushes and get your product from the side. Alright, so after my brows are done, I always go back and kind of brush up those little brow hairs. I don't have too many of them, but we can brush up the ones I do have. Guys, literally, like, before I started using this brow, it's like a eyelash and eyebrow grower. It helps grow your eyelashes and your eyebrows, okay? And before I use this, I literally had nothing, okay? You think it's like light now, it's way better than it used to be. Alright, so now we gotta finish up with the face, stick on some lips, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna use my Sweet blush, which is a pretty light pink. This is one of my go-to brushes. So if you're really struggling with putting on your blush, smile, and the apple of your cheeks is where it should go. I do not put on a lot of blush, okay? Especially if I'm gonna do a really bold lip. So I am just getting some color in there, but I'm not doing anything too crazy. And sometimes I like to really blend it out and blend it in with that contour I have at the very back of my cheekbones. So now we gotta go in. Y'all, I forgot to contour my nose. Oh my gosh. Okay, time out. Hold up, gotta contour the nose. All right, so we're gonna take that powder bronzer that I used the very first time. Forgot about my nose a little bit, but I am just using a really small crease brush. This is actually an eyeshadow brush. And I am just drawing up that line on my nose. And I like to overdraw, not like the actual size of my nose, but I like to do it pretty dark. And then I can go back in and lighten it up. Then I also do the little sides of my nose where where they just indent, you know what I'm saying? Okay, better. Alright, so now I'm going to take my same powder brush and I'm just going to like very lightly blend that out. Okay, better. Now I can highlight now that my contouring is taken care of. And this one is the beachfront highlighter. I don't even know if you can get this anymore, but it's like a very gold highlighter. Put my finger on it. That's what it looks like. We're trying to be gold tonight, girlfriends. We're going all the way. So this is actually a foundation brush, but I am going to use that just for my highlight. So I'm doing this very lightly because it is so gold, so bright. You can see if I turn my face. And then I'm going to get some on the very tip and go right on my lips. Right where that Cupid's bow is. And then I'm gonna go in with a little brush. Okay, this is an eyeliner brush. You can also use a lip brush, but I'm gonna go in and get some of that highlight on the very tip of my nose.
You may be recording, but happy late Valentine's Day.
What? Those are so pretty.
Spend lots of money on them.
Let me see them. Oh my gosh, these are so pretty. Friends!
So here's a little late video surprise for everyone, but I'll leave you guys be now.
Thanks. Oh my gosh, these are so pretty.
There is another present to come later, so she'll have to share with you guys.
I told you not to give me any presents, honey.
Yes, but you got me a present. Guys, look at this.
Okay, listen.
She got me an amazing necklace.
Listen, this boy, okay, we're gonna take a break from makeup for a second. This boy really wanted a new cross necklace because his other one was so thick. Like, I literally laid my head on his chest and I could like feel it in my skull. It was so thick.
It was.
And so we picked this one out and I put it on layaway. So if you just like make payments to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna make a payment. Well, I just made a payment and just like finished it off. So I was like, well, as long as I made the payment, because that was supposed to be the gift, was just the payment. But I just finished off and got it for him. And that's it. That's the story.
Yeah. But, so like I said, there is another present coming later, after dinner. She doesn't know what it is. I don't even know what it is yet.
Oh.
But.
What? Oh my gosh, you guys, look at these.
And Jordan always talks about how she wants a yellow bathroom when we purchase a house someday.
My room right now, Ben's moving in
June, July.
I don't know, sometime this summer. But like it's gray, but we have little accents of yellow everywhere.
Mm-hmm. But no, yeah, I'll leave you guys be now.
Thanks, I'm almost done.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'll take that.
Thanks.
Have fun.
I can't even do my makeup now. I'm so excited. All right, friends, so we have a little our nose, right? So I'm just gonna put a little bit more. Those were so pretty, oh my gosh. And I really like when the tip of my nose, I shouldn't say your nose, the tip of my nose is pretty sparkly, because it really see, I can't even talk, you guys, I'm so excited. It really draws attention, so I'm just gonna do a little line right here, and then the tip of my nose. And then I can always take my finger and kind of buff it out, make sure it's a little bit blended out there. Last but not least, let's do some eyes, or some lips. Let's do some lips. Guys, I can't talk. So, Mom is doing red today, friends. You can see my gold hoop earrings I just got. I'm going to show you my Valentine's Day outfit to come, but I'm going to use this combo, okay? So this is the Perimal lip liner and the Sizzling liquid lipstick. My last video, I also used a liquid lipstick. They're matte. If you cannot tell, I absolutely love them with all of my heart. All right, so let me line my lips before I talk to you. Cute, right? Just leaving it like this. I'm just gonna go like that. All right, so now I'm gonna take my Splash liquid lipstick. And this is like a deep red. This is like a Husker red where I come from, okay? So, here we go. And I actually like scraped most of the product off. You can see there's not much on there because you do not need a lot for this to work. Okay, a little goes a long way. Let me tell you, right? Bright red. But this is one of my favorites. And girls, red lipstick, just make sure your teeth look so white. Ah, I love it. All right, so my final tip for my lipstick, let me grab some setting spray first. So I'm just gonna spray the whole face up. But, okay. I don't like when I put on lipstick and it gets on my teeth, and I'm sure you don't like that either. So here's what you're gonna do. Feels weird, you're gonna do it anyways because it works, okay? So take your finger, and I'm sure you guys have heard of this trick, but I do it every single time. And you're gonna stick it in your mouth, and you're gonna press your lips around your finger, and all that lipstick that comes off is what was gonna eventually be on your teeth later that night. Ew, right? All right, ready? That was gonna be on my teeth later. No, thank you. So make sure, if you're also not really comfortable with the amount of any lipstick you have on, not just matte liquid lipstick, you can take a towel and bite on it and get some of that excess off, all right? that's it, you guys. This is my Valentine's Day going out to dinner look with my flowers. But I'm gonna go film how I'm gonna do my hair for tonight, so that's coming on later this week, and I will definitely make sure to show you guys my outfit.